Two legendary market experts are stepping forward to warn we're in the earliest stages of what they call the Great Unraveling, a specific event starting to take root in America that's behind the recent crash in stocks and the record inflation you're seeing. But they worry it's about to get even worse. And many of the things you take for granted are due for a big disruption in the months ahead. Your Social Security benefits will likely be slashed. Your taxes are probably going way up. And many of your investments are likely to continue falling. Meanwhile, even if you think you've saved enough money to retire, you're probably going to need way more money than you thought. Your personal success all comes down to how well you understand what's heading your way. This is why I strongly encourage you to read about their warning today, totally free. It's all spelled out in a free report we've put together about the Great Unraveling. Get the facts yourself. Go to unravelingreport.com to get your free copy of this report. You can learn how to get their full playbook to prepare for what's coming. Again, that's unravelingreport.com for a free copy of this new report. Hi, this is Daniela Cambone. Welcome back to the Daniela Cambone Show here on Stansberry Research. And back with me today is Gregory Mannarino of TradersChoice.net. Gregory, I know the audience couldn't wait to have you back on to hear how you see things for 2023. Now, just to put things into perspective, I know last time we spoke, you had warned that we would see off the charts consumer debt, household debt, personal debt ballooning. And I know you've been talking a lot about how credit card companies have been increasing our limits, and we're seeing it as like, wow, maybe I did something great. I have another $10,000 I could spend. But this is a huge danger warning sign for you. Let's start by talking about that, and then we'll talk about the Fed and all that good stuff. But first, your thoughts on what's happening here on credit limits.
It's an incredible situation. I mean, people are writing to me by the thousands. They're getting increases in their credit lines without even asking for it. Meanwhile, what do we know is happening here? Credit card usage is skyrocketing. The savings rate is cratering. It's way deep in the negative right now. In my view, this is just a part of the mechanism to create dependency, slaves to the system, slaves to debt. It's an incredible phenomenon, but I don't think it's anything that surprises a single person that at least follows my work. I'm sure yours as well, the other guests you have on your show. I would be willing to go out on a limb here and say that a lot of people are seeing the same things. People are waking up. They really are. They believe, they don't believe what they're being told or propagandized by the mainstream outlets. They're looking for channels like this to get some real information. And I think people are hungry for it, as sincerely. But yeah, this is part of the mechanism, continuing to create legions of people, or as many as they possibly can. I would say the vast majority of the population here, slaves to the current system, more so than ever before. I think a theme going, and I think a big part of this is something I've been talking about lately is for 2023, we're going to see currency devaluation on a grand scale moving forward. Central banks aren't done inflating. They're going to continue to destroy the purchasing power of their currencies, meanwhile selling lie after lie to the general population, how they want to control inflation, and all this just took them by surprise. It was temporary, transitory. It's unbelievable. I don't think we've ever seen a situation like this in the history of the world. And this issue with debt, I mean, the system depends on it. It has to continually pull cash into the now, be created from nothing. So they add digits to a screen saying, okay, Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, now you have, an increase in your credit line of X, go out there and blow it all. And that's what they're counting on. People are going to do it, unfortunately. They understand, the lenders or credit card issuers, that people have no idea how to manage their credit or debt. Really, it's an interesting play on words, credit debt here. And people are going to be irresponsible, as they always are. And unfortunately, the situation is forcing people to take on more debt because they can't make ends meet. Inflation is skyrocketing. There's no end in sight. It's not going to stop. So what else would you expect? Here's some more free cash for you. Use it.
Let me ask you this before we take a deep dive into inflation. what do you personally do? I mean, do you use credit cards, or is that a big X for you, or what's your recommendation to folks?
I have no debt at all. I don't believe in debt. I don't want to carry debt. What I do from time to time is like I'll use like an American Express card just so I can get those points and utilize them for something else. But I never, ever carry debt over month to month. Just don't do it. I think it's a horrible thing to do. I'm totally against it. I think people need to live. At least, unfortunately, what's happening here is we're watching a downward spiral in the global economy, and people are paying the price for it, and they're just going along with it. They're jumping at the opportunity to get. Like a stimmy check or get more credit, any way they can to maintain the illusion of a middle class existence, which is evaporating before our eyes. Something I've been warning about for a very, very long time, going back to a new feudal system, extreme haves, extreme have-nots. But yeah, no, don't carry if you can't. If you have no choice, I don't know, people. You're in a lot of trouble here, but I don't like to carry. I never carry any.
So pay down as much as you can. So for the folks out there that do have debt on their credit card, as a resolution, if they have.
Pay it off. I mean, you can renegotiate. Look, what should people do? I've been telling people there are so many ways to. Financial institutions, the corporations, they renegotiate debt every single day. Of course, people don't realize that they have the same opportunity. You can call your creditor, let's say you owe X, and say, listen, I can't pay you back. I want to renegotiate my debt here. They're going to try to scare the living hell out of you. We're going to ruin your credit. We're going to do this, that, and the other thing. But if you owe $15,000, chances are very, very high that you can pay that entire thing off for about a third of what you owe. They're going to scare you with fees and everything else. It's just not true. Yes, your credit will take a hit there, but there are ways to rebuild that as well. But the big secret is people that are carrying around huge amounts of unsecured debt. For example, like a credit card, they can fix this. They can renegotiate this with their creditors and create a new life for themselves. These kind of people who already maxed out their credit cards and whatever revolving unsecured debt they have, their credit probably sucks anyway. So who cares if your credit score goes down? You're not looking to borrow. You want to pay off what you have. So renegotiate these things. It's not hard. I have a whole absolutely free narrated ebook on how to do this. It's available on my YouTube channel, step by step, how to break this down and go. And if you follow my advice or my pattern, it has to be done a specific way. These creditors have no recourse. They lose and you win, period.
All right. Well, good catching up with you. Stay well, Gregory. We'll see you soon.
You too.
And thank you for watching. We'll have more content coming your way, so be sure to stay tuned to the Daniela Cambone Show and sign up at danielacambone.com. That's it for me. Thanks for watching.
Opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the contributor and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Stansberry Research, its parent company, or affiliates.